Having completed chapter 15, we next move to chapter 16, Daivasura Sampad Vibhaga Yogam, meaning the division between divine and demonical qualities. Chapter 16 explores the two fundamental human natures, that is saintly and egoistic, and explains how our choices build our destiny. The 1 to 5 shlokas explains Daiva and Asura qualities along with their fruits. 6 to 20 shlokas describe the marks of a man possessed of the demonical qualities and his fate, which is damnation. In shlokas 21 to 24, Lord Krishna instructs about renouncing conduct. So now I am going to chant shloka 1 to 3 of chapter 16. These three shlokas go together. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Abhayam Sattva Samshuddhihi Jnana-yoga-vyavastitihi Danam damascha yajñascha Swadhyayastapa arjvavam Ahimsa satyamakrodaha Tyagah shantirapaishunam Daya bhuteshvalo luptvam Mardavam hrirachapalam Tejah kshama drutih shaucham Adroho natimanita Bhavanti sampadam daivim Abhijatasya bharata. First three shlokas that I just now chanted, Lord Krishna lists 26 traits, that is 26 virtues that a person of divine nature possesses. So first shloka, Shri Bhagavanuvacha, Lord Krishna speaks, Abhayam without fear, courageous, Satya Samshuddhihi, purity of mind and heart, Jnana Yoga Vyavastitihi, steadfast devotion to yoga of meditation for self-realization, for liberation, Danam selfless charity, Damaha cha, practice of self-control, Yajnaha, performance of Yajna, Agnihotra, pouring of oblation into the sacred fire, Swadhyayaha, learning and studying Vedas and Shastras, doing Nama Japa, all this, Tapaha, practice of austerities, Arjvam, straightforwardness. So Lord Krishna lists 9 divine qualities in the first shloka. Now second shloka in continuation. Ahimsa, non-violence. Satyam, truthfulness. Akrodhaha, calm, that is being free from anger. Tyagaha, sacrifice, renunciation. Shantihi, calmness. Apaishunam, that is not finding fault with others, not slandering. Bhuteshu, daya. Bhuteshu, living beings. Daya, compassion. So compassion towards all living beings. Aloluptvam, free from temptation, avarice, that is detachment towards all material objects. Mardavam, gentleness. Hrihi, modesty. Achapalam, that is being very determined, not being fickle-minded. So 11 divine traits mentioned in the second shloka. Now third shloka. Tejaha, radiance. Kshama, forgiveness. Dhruti, fortitude. Shaucham, cleanliness. Adrohaha, free from enmity towards anyone. Na ati manita, absence of pride and vanity. Bharata, O Arjuna, Daivi sampadam abhijadasya bhavanti. So these 26 qualities listed in the first 3 shlokas, these virtues are the marks of one born with a divine nature. So in the first 3 shlokas of chapter 16, Daivasura Sampad Vibhaga Yogam, that I just chanted, Lord Krishna lists the virtues that define a person of Daivi Sampad, that is divine nature. So Abhayam, fearlessness. Sattva Samshuddhihi, purity of mind. Jnana Yoga Vyavastitihi, steadfast devotion to spiritual knowledge and yoga for liberation. Fearlessness. So the fearlessness, which is a bedrock of spiritual progress, enables a person to act without anxiety and attachment. And purity of heart and mind ensures that one's intentions remain free from deceit and selfishness. So other quality of a saintly person listed in the first shloka are Dana is charity, selfless charity, charity given to the worthy, and Dhamma, self-restraint, that is being indifferent to sense objects. Yajnaha, Yajnaha is a ritualistic worship of the Supreme Lord by offering oblation to sacred fire, and Swadhyaya, devoted to study of Vedic scriptures, Tapaha, performing penance and austerities, keeping vrata, that is, Tapaha would mean keeping vrata on Ekadashi, or it could be any kind of penance. Then Arjvam, finally, straightforwardness in thoughts, words, and deeds. So these 9 qualities of a saintly person are listed in the first shloka. Now in the second shloka, Lord Krishna continues his description of godly persons by emphasizing ahimsa, non-violence, satyam, truthfulness, akrodha, freedom from anger. Further, Lord points out that a noble Atma possesses a natural inclination towards renunciation, that is tyagaha, and calmness and peacefulness, which is shanti, and an absence of crookedness and malice, and that is apaishunam, meaning apaishunam is not fault finding or not indulging in slander, and bhuteshu daya, that is being compassionate towards all human beings, all beings for that matter. So this shloka also highlights other qualities like daya, compassion, aloluptvam, free from temptation, mardavam, gentleness, hrihi, modesty, and achapalam, it is being very determined, absence of fickle-mindedness. So the 9 qualities were listed in the first shloka, and 11 qualities listed in this shloka allow a person to maintain deep inner composure while interacting harmoniously with the world around them. So in the third shloka, the list of qualities conclude with attributes that reflect strength and spiritual integrity. Lord Krishna lists the 21st trait, tejaha, that is radiance, kshamaha, forgiveness, dhriti, fortitude, shaucham, cleanliness, adrohaha, freedom from enmity, and finally atimanita, free from pride and vanity. So these are the key traits. Lord tells that Arjuna that these are the key traits that define a saintly person. So Lord states that these virtues are inherently seen in those born with a divine nature. Dambo darpo bhimanascha krodah parushyameva ajnanam cha bijatasya partha sampadamasurim. Bharata, Arjuna, dambaha, hypocrisy, darpaha, arrogance, pride, abhimanaha cha, conceit or vanity or self-praise, krodaha cha, anger, parushyam cha, sternness or harshness in language, ajnanam eva, ignorance, asurim sampadam, abhijadasya. So the traits listed above, that is arrogance, conceit, anger, all these are the marks of those born with demonic nature, that is asurim, a person with asuri character. So after listing the divine traits in the first 3 slokas, 1 to 3 slokas, Krishna now begins to define the opposing demonic nature, that is asuri sampat, which binds the Atma to samsara and worldly suffering. So Lord Krishna warns against the prominent vices of dambaha, hypocrisy, darpaha, arrogance, abhimanaha, pride, krodaha, anger, parushyam, harshness in speech and behavior, or that is action, ajnanam, ignorance. So a person dominated by these negative traits operates primarily out of inflated ego, and he treats others with disrespect. So Lord Krishna lists and emphasizes these negative traits so that people like us can recognize and remove them from our consciousness. Daivi sampad vimokshaya nibandaya surimata mashachu sampadam daivim abhijatosi pandava. Daivi sampat vimokshaya. So the divine traits listed in the first 3 shlokas, they result in liberation. They give moksha. Asuri nibandhaya mata, and demonic traits lead to nibandha, that is they lead to bondage. Mata, it is considered so. Pandava, O Arjuna, ma shuchaha, do not grieve. Daivi sampadam abhijataha asi. You are born with divine traits in you. So in this fifth shloka, Lord Krishna states the destiny tied to these opposing Daivi and Asuri Sampad, that is divine and demonic traits. Lord states that divine qualities promote spiritual liberation while demonic qualities trap the Atma in the perpetual cycle of birth and death, that is bandhana. Lord Krishna also notes the concern on Arjuna's face. So he affectionately reassures Arjuna by saying, "O Arjuna, grieve not, you are born with divine qualities." So this assurance serves as an encouragement to Arjuna and also to every other spiritual aspirant to cultivate these virtues in him or her. The very fact that we are all in the path of spirituality indicates that we have the potential to weed out the bad traits in us and cultivate divine traits. So one should not despair or self-doubt. द्वौ भूतसर्गौ लोकेऽस्मिन् दैव आसुर एव च दैवो विस्तरशः प्रोक्तः आसुरं पार्थ मे शृणु. पार्थ अस्मिन् लोके दैवः आसुरः एव च भूत सर्गा द्वौ एव. So Partha, O Arjuna, asmin loke, in this world, dvau eva bhuta sarga. That is, in this world there are two types of bhuta sarga, created beings. There are two types of created beings. Daiva asura eva cha, divine and demonic. These are the two types of created beings. Daiva vistarashaha proktaha. The divine nature has been explained in vistara, detail. Asura, asuram me shrunu. So, O Arjuna, now hear from me in detail about those with demonic qualities. So, in this sixth shloka, Lord Krishna states that there are ultimately only two types of humans created in this world, the divine and the demonic. So, the topic of persons with divine nature has been covered elaborately. In the first three shlokas, Lord Krishna listed 26 divine qualities. So, Lord Krishna now tells, hear from me, O Partha, about persons with demonic nature. So, this division of Daiva and Asuri, this Asuri Daiva division helps us understand that human behavior is fundamentally driven by Daiva, divine, and Asuri, demonic tendencies, that is gunas. So, next Lord Krishna is going to explain the demonic mindset, and when he does that, it is time for us also to honestly self-examine our moral character and weed out any undesirable trait that is detrimental to our spiritual progress. Pravrittim cha nivrittim cha janana vidurasuraha na shaucham napi chacharaha na satyam teshu vidyate. Asuraha janaha pravrittim cha nivrittim cha na viduhu. So, asuraha janaha, men with demonic mindset, na viduhu, they do not know what pravrittim cha nivrittim cha. So, they do not know pravrittim, they do not know what is right and appropriate action, and neither do they know nivrittim, they also do not know inappropriate action which needs to be avoided. Teshu shaucham na, so neither do they possess purity. Acharaha na satyamapi na vidyate. So, their acharaha, their conduct is not good, and they also do not, and they are also not truthful. So, now diving in this sixth shloka, diving deep into the psychology of those with demonic mindset, Lord Krishna states that people of Asuri nature lack the basic understanding of what actions are truly right. Lord Krishna uses the word pravrittim, and what actions are inappropriate and hence to be avoided, that is nivrittim. So, people of Asuri nature, they do not know pravrittim and nivrittim. Now, due to this immoral balance, they lack the essential purity, proper behavior and truthfulness. So, they behave as per their whims and fancies, their selfish desires, and their behavior displays total disregard for ethics. Asatyam apratishtam te jagadahuranishwaram aparaspara sambhutam kimanyat kama haitukam. Jagat apratishtam asatyam anishwaram aparaspara sambhutam. So, Jagat apratishtam, the world is without a foundation, pratishtam, and asatyam, it is absolutely unreal, anishwaram, it is without God, without a supreme controller, aparaspara sambhutam, that is, it is brought forth, this world, the people in this world are brought forth by aparaspara sambhutam, by union of male and female, and hence it is conceived in lust. Anyata, anyat kim, what else other than this? Te ahuhu. So, te here refers to people of demonic nature. So, people of demonic nature say so. So, in this 8th shloka, Lord Krishna exposes a materialistic philosophy that governs the mindset of demonic individuals. So, they confidently claim that the universe is without any moral foundation, it has no truth, and it exists without a supreme controller. In their view, life is caused by nothing other than the mutual lust, that is a union of male and female. So, they think sensory gratification is primary. So, this Asuri outlook takes away the sacred purpose of life, and persons with demonic mindset, Asuri mindset, they use their faulty logic to justify a lifestyle centered purely on greed and exploitation. So, it's time to summarize the 1 to 8 shlokas of chapter 16, that is Devasura Sampat Vibhaga Yogam, that we covered in this 88th video. The essence of these 8 shlokas lies in the striking psychological and spiritual contrast between two fundamental mindsets in humans, that is Daivi and Asuri, that is divine and demonic. Lord Krishna lists 26 virtues that define a Daivi person's character, which is built on fearlessness, abhayam, purity of heart, daya, satyam, ahimsa, forgiveness, gentleness, modesty, fortitude, cleanliness, absence of pride, and so on. Now, these qualities naturally naturally it results in inner peace and spiritual progress and liberation. Lord Krishna next begins to describe the traits of Asuri Pravritti person: hypocrisy, arrogance, pride, anger, harshness, ignorance. So, these are some of the qualities in Asuri person. Further, persons with Asuri tendencies argue that the world is unreal, without a controller, and that the creation of the world is brought about by the union of male and female. So, due to this distorted mindset, Asuri persons know not what is right and wrong action and live purely for immediate sensory gratification, greed, and selfish exploitation.